Hello, 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 cruisers. How are you doing today? Well, have I got some good news? Come a little closer. Yeah, right there. Cruise Industry News reports that by the end of August, nearly 50% of the cruise ships worldwide will be in service. And there are just over 400 ships. So that's a lot of ships, which is a great sign for cruising. What that tells me and all of us is that cruising is still continuing to move forward and getting back to what we would like to call normal. Normal to me means 100% of all the cruise ships out there sailing. Now, again, things can always change, but we are headed in the right direction. Granted, we do hear the news still with COVID cases popping up on different cruise ships, whether it be crew members or passengers. But still, this is the right direction that we're moving in. So, what do you think? Are you hopeful that all the cruise ships will be back soon? Are you hopeful that 50% of the cruise ships worldwide, like I said, there's just over 400 worldwide, so just under half of that. So we're nearing 200, which would be fantastic. Do you think it's going to happen? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on that. And let me add this just for perspective. So just in about a year's time, from September of 2020, there were approximately 26,000 berths, or just under that, available for cruising. Sounds like a big number, right? Well, supposedly, by the end of August this year, there will be approximately 275,000 berths available. That's a huge increase. And let me bring some other news to you right now. So let's talk about cruising. Well, actually, that's exactly what we're here to do, right? Talk about cruising and some travel. Well, I'll tell you what, one of my favorite things to do on cruises, since I've been on a lot of cruises, is now the theme cruises. So theme cruises have been growing over the past, say, 10 years. Started off as lecturers and small groups and things like that, but it has grown into a huge industry, especially amongst the music goers. There are a lot of different sailings out there with musical groups, plural. Some will have anywhere from, say, 4 or 5 groups, depending on the length of the cruise, all the way up to like 20 different acts. As an example, an already sold out 2022 January sailing on the Sky Princess, they're going to have like Paul Revere and the Raiders, Peter Rivera, the Fifth Dimension, just a lot of different groups. And like I said, they are already sold out. Have any of you been on a theme cruise? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below what you've been on or what you're going to be going on. Like I said, there's a lot of different other theme cruises. For example, knitting cruises, poker cruises, scrapbooking cruises. Well, that might be a little bit small, but who's to say? I've never been on one, so it could be huge. But again, the largest of these are going to be your music theme cruises. Everything and anything from country to old-time classics to heavy metal. Some of the largest cruise theme groups are going to be with your hard rock and roll type of stuff. A lot of this stuff sells out well in a year in advance. It's rare that you're going to be able to see a group of these performers in one place other than on one of these theme cruises. Now, for me, one of the theme cruises that I would like to go on is the Star Trek theme cruise. So that one really excites me. As I think I've mentioned earlier, that I've had an opportunity to go on one of these or a couple of these music themed cruises, and they were, fantastic. It's like back to back to back musical performances, but they're happening all over the ship. So sometimes there might be an overlap, but you don't have to worry about that. Oftentimes these performers perform several times throughout the cruise. In fact, on some of the cruise ships that have the private islands, they perform there on the island. Another thing with these theme cruises is they happen all over the world, not just in the Caribbean, but in Alaska, in Europe, just everywhere. So the best thing to do is really to go online and search these out. Now, let me give you a couple of dates here. Now, the rock band Kiss, who have been around forever, for ages, they have the Kiss Cruise, and they are set to sail on October 29th of 2021. Now, all of these dates and stuff that I mentioned are barring that there are no interruptions due to the coronavirus. Now, the Star Trek cruise is set to depart on February 26th of 2022, and they are going to be on the Mariner of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. Now, there is the Bikers cruise that's going to take place in October of 2022. I'm not sure what the exact date is on that, but again, you'll want to take a look on the internet, just do a search, and you'll be able to find some of this stuff. So some of the other cruises that will be available for theme cruises are the Chris Jericho wrestling theme cruise. There's also the K-Love Christian music theme cruise. There are, Mormon specific cruises, Jewish specific cruises, Christian specific cruises. So there's everything out there. And for some of you out there who want to partake in adult theme cruises, there are those out there as well that you could find on the internet. And one of the biggest out there, again, is another music cruise. And this one is the 80s themed cruises. This one takes place March 5th, I believe, on the Mariner of the Seas. So you're going to have performers such as Human League, 38 Special, Berlin. You're even going to have some of the original MTV disc jockeys, DJs, VJs, whatever you want to call them. So again, search these out. You're going to find a lot of theme cruises out there, and it just can't beat it, really. Some of them tend to be a little bit on the pricey side, but if you figure in how much it would actually cost you to go travel around the country and see all these different acts, that adds up. So this really ends up being a great value. In fact, I know that there is a huge community out there of all of these specific type of cruise themes, and they become friends and they meet each other year after year after year just to go on these cruises. Well, there you have it. I know it's really short, some general information about cruising, but tomorrow, this is going to be for Wednesday. What's the date tomorrow? Wednesday, the 18th of August. I'm going to bring to you some updated information on protocols and procedures as far as the coronavirus goes and getting on ships. So be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe and check back. All right, until next time, stay healthy, have a great time. See you then. Thanks.